Friends, the date was January 15, 1984. A family was enjoying their birthday right at home in the United States. A husband and wife plus 2 daughters, Melissa, 8 years old, and Vanessa, 3 years old, made up this family. Melissa's birthday was here. The pair went by Bruce and Debra. That day the family was ecstatic and numerous visitors had dropped by their house. Melissa sliced her birthday cake, had dinner, and it grew pretty late. One by one guests started leaving the house. The last visitor to go was Bruce's uncle. As he went, he noticed the garage door was open. He told Bruce to close it, but he forgot. The guests had all left. Bruce, Debra, and their 2 daughters were getting ready to go to bed. But what happened next was terrifying. It turned out to be their final night. Bruce operated a furniture store, which he ran with the cooperation of his wife Debra. The next morning, neither of them showed up at the store. The employees attempted to phone their residence, but no one responded. Concerned, they called Bruce's mother and told her everything. Bruce's mother, who lives in the same city, went straight to their residence. When she arrived, she observed that the garage door was still open. Bruce had actually forgotten to close it. Anyone might have gotten into the house through there. Bruce's mother also entered through the garage, and the scene she encountered inside was horrible. Her son Bruce lay on the stairs, bleeding from the head and neck. Someone savagely murdered him. In disbelief, she hurried to her neighbors and told them everything. The neighbors instantly phoned the police, and policemen were on the scene shortly after. Not only was Bruce assassinated, but so were his wife Debra and daughter Melissa. Debra's body was located in the bedroom, bleeding from a head wound. Melissa, who had only celebrated her birthday hours before, was discovered dead in her room, having been stabbed. Vanessa, the youngest daughter, had also been brutally battered, but fortunately, she survived. She was rushed to the hospital, where her life was saved. However, her parents and sister had been mercilessly slaughtered. The question was, who did this to the family, and why? This case took 30 years to solve. 3 decades later, authorities apprehended the murderer. But before we get into who he was and why he committed the killings, let's uncover more about the family. Bruce and Debra got married in 1970. After his marriage, Bruce joined the Navy and worked as a sonar analyst. Life was going nicely. Their daughter Melissa was born in 1976, and Vanessa joined their family 5 years later. Bruce aspired to work hard for his family. He adored them and wanted to launch a business, a furniture store. Debra helped him run it. They purchased a magnificent home in Aurora, Colorado, and were living a wonderful existence until that tragic night. After the deaths, investigators began investigating to uncover why the family had been killed. They had no known adversaries and enjoyed a calm existence. But on the first day, a crucial clue emerged. Debra's empty purse was recovered outside, and adjacent was a butcher-style knife. An axe, also used in the attack, was found inside the house. It had snowed that night, and investigators found footprints likely belonged to the killer. While it seemed like a robbery gone wrong, the brutality, especially against children, was stunning. Soon, investigators learned of similar events nearby. 10 days previously, a couple, James and Kimberly, were attacked in their home. Kimberly survived. On January 10, 1984, Patricia was murdered in a similar way, with an axe found near her body and her handbag emptied. Another woman, Donna, was also attacked that day but survived. It became evident that either a single individual or a group was breaking into homes in the region, robbing them, and, in some cases, murdering the residents. However, it was difficult to solve such crimes back then. Police resources were insufficient. They tried everything, including questioning construction workers in the area, as the killer appeared to be familiar with instruments such as axes and pickaxes. Still, no solid leads were identified. Eventually, these instances halted, and the files were pushed aside, but not closed. The murderer remained free. Then, 30 years later, a breakthrough happened thanks to breakthroughs in DNA technology. In 2018, DNA samples gathered from the crime site in 1984 were evaluated in a major criminal DNA database. The samples linked to a man called Alex Ewing, who was spending time in a Nevada prison. It had taken the police many months of hard work to locate him. So, who was Alex Ewing? He had been committing crimes since the ages of 14 to 15 and had been in and out of jail multiple times. In 1983, he relocated to Aurora, where the killings happened. After his family's murder, Bruce fled the city. But soon after, he committed another crime in a nearby town, attacking a guy called Roy Williams, who survived and denounced Alex to the police. Alex was arrested. At the time, no one knew about his earlier murders. But the narrative didn't end there. While being transferred between prisons, Alex Ewing escaped and, just hours later, attacked another couple. They survived, and he was apprehended 4 days later. He was condemned to life in jail for assault, robbery, and escape. Unaware he was already in prison, Aurora police kept searching for the family's killer. In 2018, they interviewed Alex in a Nevada prison. He confessed to all his misdeeds, including the horrible murder of Bruce's family. Working construction nearby, he had entered their home through the open garage door and killed Bruce, Debra, and Melissa. Only tiny Vanessa escaped. Alex also acknowledged to other attacks. After 30 years, the serial killer was finally caught accountable and sentenced to 4 life terms. He will never be released.